And good morning, everybody here. Welcome to Bonn, Germany for this fourth day of the European Baseball Championships. We're going to get things started in just a few minutes. France and Belgium getting day 4 underway. Thank you for joining us once again. My name is Kai Dombach. And we have had a fantastic tournament so far. Belgium coming into this game 2-1. France coming in at 1-2. Belgium defeating Croatia 9-6 last night, keeping Croatia winless in this tournament. Belgium getting 9 runs on 7 hits in their game against Croatia last night. Jose Diaz giving up all the runs, the earned runs against the Belgian team, whereas Belgium's Kevin Desmet gave up only 4 runs through 6 innings. Good job for him on the bump. Meanwhile, France, after their very tough 16-2 defeat to Italy on Saturday evening, they have come back. They did win 1, but they lost against Spain yesterday. Spain undefeated in group play so far. Spain defeating France 6-3. As we take a look through the statistics, Spain's Carlos Sierra going 5 2/3 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, 3 total on 8 hits, whereas the French team, their bullpen was not the best. Eric Moore was not able to record a single out and gave up 4 runs, 2 of them earned, and he was charged with the loss on that. Daniel Camot came in relief after Moore couldn't record 1 out, and he allowed 2 more runs to score. So France 1-2. Their chances of making it to the quarterfinals and potentially going to the qualifying tournament to go to next year's Olympics in Tokyo, Japan, looking slim, while Belgium looking very, very good. Belgium going to come out in their white uniforms, white tops, white pants, and black and red caps. Meanwhile, France on the other side, down the first base line, going to be in their blue shirts, gray pants, and blue hats. Once again, a very early start time for baseball. Not even noon yet. In fact, not even 11 in the morning yet here in Bonn, Germany. And if you are listening from the United States, that means it's not even 5 in the morning on the East Coast, not even 2 a.m. on the West Coast. You guys are the real troopers here. I know at least one of you listening out there in internet land is from the United States. If you've been watching this tournament over the last few days, you've known that the weather was very unpredictable. Had a lot of rain on Saturday. The France-Italy game taking just under 5 hours to complete. And there was a 96-minute rain delay in that game. As the French team coming out, their starting lineups are being announced right now, and I will introduce them to you as well. So for the batting order for the French team, we got second baseman Felix Brown leading off for them, then Maxime Lefebvre at short, then Andy Paz, the catcher, and then the cleanup hitter, Bastien Dagnot, who will be playing out in right when France takes to the field. Then Jose Paula in center field, Jacques Buescher in left, Jonathan Duforest, the DH, Maël Zan, the first baseman, and then Daniel Patrice at third base. As we see the French team, the French starters, taking their spot along the first base line, getting a few pictures, getting some high fives, some knuckles. French team don't want their tournament to end early. Definitely going to need a lot of help on the bump. And now the entire French team is out there as the substitutes take their position closer to first base than home plate. And now the Belgian team going to get introduced. And now all the coaches coming out, manager as well. Getting the handshake from the opponent. So now Belgium. Let's take a look at their starting lineup. In left field, Benjamin Buffon. Then Benjamin Dille. At second base, Thomas de Wolf. In right, Dennis de Quint. In the shortstop position. Then Steven de Lanois. In center, Sam Boermans, the DH, will be batting sixth. Axel Peusmont will be the catcher. Then this is going to be a very fun name for you, even more for me. Jamie Verheelewegen at first, and then Tim Verheegert at third. And my apologies to their families if I mispronounce their names. I really am trying, but Dutch is not my first language, second or third. And if you're wondering why I was able to pronounce the French names a little bit better than the Dutch names, it's because I took a few years of French back when I was a teenager in the United States. So I get that a little bit, whereas with Dutch, that's a little bit of a challenge for me, but I will do my best to get them right for you all and for the families as the players take off their caps. As to the fans here in attendance, it is National Anthem time. Also, there were the national anthems for both France and Belgium as the two teams come together to shake hands and then go back to their respective dugouts. Chance to be really nice before the game gets underway. And Felix Brown is in the box. Drisson is set. And he delivers the first pitch of day number 4 outside for ball number 1. Next pitch also outside for ball number 2. Another pitch not finding the zone. Count now 3-0 on Felix Brown. 3-0 pitch, green light given, and Felix Brown not offering on that pitch right down Main Street. 3 balls and 1 strike on him. 3-1 pitch is a called strike 2. Full count on Felix Brown. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter, staring one another down, and here comes the 3-2, and that's lifted into left field, underneath of it, and that is out number 1. Felix Brown goes down on 6 pitches. France has a team coming into this game hitting only .214, 22 hits in 103 at-bats. Going to need to get hotter if they want to make it to the next round in this tournament. Maxime Lefebvre turns away from ball 1 inside. Another right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. 1-0 pitch incoming, and that misses the zone. Count now 2 balls and no strikes on the French shortstop. Two-0 pitch is cranked to the right side, but it goes foul. Lefebvre hitting .182 so far in the tournament, 2 hits in 11 at-bats, only 2 total bases. Two-one, and that's hit the other way. Is that going to be fair? Yes, it is. He takes 1 base, and he's going to go into second with a stand-up double. That was a great smacker from Lefebvre, finding the line, hugging the line, and finding some space inside the line all the way to the wall. And Lefebvre is on second with 1 out. Benjamin Dila giving Lefebvre a pat on the head. And now, as you see, Lefebvre number 1 at second, and Andy Paz comes up looking to bring him home. The first pitch is called strike 1 on the outside corner. Paz hitting .364 in 3 games in this tournament. 0-1 pitch inside for ball number 1. Slight off-speed sinker there. First pitch outside, second pitch inside. Here comes the 1-1. Tap foul towards the Belgian bench. Paz now down 1 ball and 2 strikes in the count. Paz has 4 RBIs to his name. Definitely looking for RBI number 5, and that's smoked foul to the left-hand side. Still a 1-2 count on the French catcher. Paz is back in the box. Lefebvre taking a couple steps off of second. That's lifted into left. That's actually going to drift foul near the third base side. And Paz is out after Verhegert gets underneath that pop out. So the French down to their final out in the top of the first inning, still a 0-0 game. The fourth game for both the Belgians and the French. That will bring up Bastien Dagnol, the right fielder wearing number 25 for the French national team. And Dagnol taking the first pitch for a called ball. And Dagnol calling time, and he is granted time. Still trying to find his stance, his step in the box. Now he has it. Here comes the 1-0. Called strike one. Dagnol waiting for his pitch. Was not going to swing at either one of those pitches. And he awaits the 1-1, and here it comes. That's cranked to the left side, and that is going to make it into left, and the runner from second coming home, and he slides in safe. Dagnol pulls the 1-1 pitch out to left, and Lefebvre with a great set of wheels to come all the way home. As we take another look, that slipped through the infield, and Lefebvre got the sign to come home, and there was no throw to the plate. Lefebvre could have come in standing, but hey, why not get some dirt on your shirt? So France strikes first with that RBI single from Bastien Dagnol as Jose Paula falls off the first pitch that he sees. Man on first, 2 out. Paula takes the 0-1 high, 1-1, the count now on the French center fielder. As Trisson missing the zone. Curveball going a little too low for the home plate umpire's liking. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch is lifted over short and falls right in front of the center fielder for another base hit. Dagnol over to second. Paula is safe at first, and the French national team has runners on first and second. Still 2 men gone in the top of the first inning. Take another look at that. That 2-1 pitch was a little bit outside, but Paula reached for it. And that was a gentle single for him. Paula now 2 for 5 in this tournament at the plate. And now the left fielder Jacques Buescher comes up for the French team. France getting 3 hits in their last 4 at-bats. And Boucheron looking calm at the plate, looking patient, letting that bat hang on his shoulder, now brings it up. 1-0 pitch incoming. Taken to the left side, grabbed by the third baseman, who steps on the bag at third for the final out of the first inning. But France getting on the board with a hit, 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll be back with the bottom of the first inning in just a few moments. to trickle in here to the Stadion an der Rheinaue here in Bonn, Germany. Bonn and Solingen hosting the 2019 European Baseball Championships. Glad you're here with us on baseballsoftball.tv, Playo.tv, or wherever you may be listening. One last look at Marc-André Abeck, the right-handed hurler, will be facing Benjamin Gouffaut, the right-handed batter. And the first pitch is called for strike one on the Belgian left fielder. France 1, Belgium nothing, as we get the bottom of the first underway. Gouffaut thought about it, but pulled back on his check swing, and the first base umpire saying yes, he did pull back. So the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. Abeck, his 1-1 pitch is fouled back into the screen. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gouffaut. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Struck him out swinging. Gouffaut was chasing after that pitch, and we will take another look. That was way out of the zone. That fell right off the table, almost into the ground, and Gouffaut was just completely fooled by that off-speed pitch. And that brings up Benjamin Diele, another right-handed batter, who takes a called strike one. Next pitch is outside the zone. Count now 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 pitch is lifted. It will stay in the infield as Felix Brown got underneath of that and put the squeeze on that pop out. Belgians down to their final out in the bottom of the first inning. That was just a lazy pop-up. Brown had plenty of time to get underneath that ball. Just taking care of business. As De Wolf swings through the first pitch he sees for strike one. De Wolf hitting .300, 3 hits in 10 at-bats. But he has a strong arm. He's hit 2 home runs, but he's quickly behind 0-2 in the count. De Wolf responsible for 6 Belgian runs, but he won't get one there as he watches strike 3 fly past him. The second strikeout for Abeck. As we take another look, that ball a little on the inside part of the plate, but the Belgians go 1, 2, 3, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base as we go to the second inning.
Abgelenkt und genervt von trockenen, juckenden Augen? Nicht mit Purpursan, den innovativen Kapseln zur oralen Einnahme. Sei voll da, wenn's drauf ankommt. Erhältlich in Apotheken und unter shop.zanoctua.com.
Anthem back on the mound for the Belgian national team. This is the first time that he's actually appeared in the European Championships, and the first pitch that he throws is taken to center by Jonathan Duforest. One pitch and one base for the French DH.
Number 7, no batting.
7, 8, and 9 hitters due up for France. Here in the top of the second inning, Maison, the first baseman, wants some bases as well, but he swings through strike one. Zahn is set. 0-1 is taken low. Count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Zahn coming in, hitting 125. 1 hit and 8 at-bats. That's popped up. The catcher trying to find it in the sun, and he does. Third baseman came over to try to help, as did the first baseman. But Poussemans found it. Catcher calling it. Needed some help from the pitcher. In fact, Poussemans didn't think he was needed for a little while and then ripped his helmet off. As the next pitch is grounded over to second, over to short for 1, back to first, and that's going to be a 4-6-3 DP. Minimum number of batters needed for that one, and Lisson gets through the inning on 4 pitches. The second we go, France leading 1-0 here in Bonn, Germany. Day 4 of the European Championships. 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up for the Belgian national team. Denis Dequint, Steven de Lanois, and Sam Bourmans coming up for the men in white. 1-0 pitch outside to Dequint. The Dutch shortstop quickly up in the count, 2-0. As Abek finally finds the zone for strike number 1. And another pitch, and the count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dequint only getting 1 hit so far in this tournament. in 12 at-bats. Make it 13 at-bats as De Quint goes down swinging at strike 3. Third strikeout by Abeck. We've only just begun the second inning. Steven de Lanois, the center fielder, swings through strike 1. Abeck throwing some heat as de Lanois laid off on ball 1. Count even at 1-1. Now 2-1 as Abeck misses the zone. Two balls and one strike on the Belgian center fielder. And he swings through the inside pitch, actually foul tipped into the glove. Count even again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch inside. Full count now on the Belgian center fielder. De Lanois hitting .429 coming into the game, 3 for 7 with a couple runs batted in. 3-2 pitch, and that's taken to center, and that's going to fall for a base hit. The first hit for the Belgians in this game. That brings up the third man up to the plate for the Belgians, Sam Bourmans, who takes ball 1 outside. Man on first, 1 out for Belgium here in the bottom of the second inning. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. As the third base coach giving the signs to the runner over at first. And the pitch finds the glove. Bourmans took a swipe at it, but instead it finds the glove, and he is now behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. Righty-righty matchup. 1-2 pitch. He called strike 3. And Bourmans is the second strikeout victim of the inning. So Steve Lanois still out there at first. He's itching to get moving. He was creeping a little bit in that at-bat. And now Axel Posemans, the catcher, grounds it over to third. Throw over to first is in time, as routine as you like. And the Belgians, while they do get a man on base for the first time in the game, they cannot bring him around. And it is still France 1, Belgium 0 as we go to the third inning. to the top of the third inning we go, and back to the top of the batting order we go for France. Brown, Lefebvre, and Paz due up for the French national team, as Anthem back on the mound for the Belgians. As Brown swings through the first pitch. Brown flew out to left to get this game underway. 0-1 pitch on the way inside for ball number 1. Trissons has now thrown 31 pitches in this game. Pitch number 32 is outside. Slipped out of his hand as it went out. It was nowhere near the zone. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike on the French second baseman. Brown takes that to right. That could go. No, it will only go into the right fielder's glove. Thomas de Wolf was there just before the warning track, and Brown goes down. The first out of this third inning. And now Maxime Lefebvre, who made it to second base on a double back in the first, came around and scored on the Dagnol single. That dirt from the slide at home, even though there was no throw home. Count 1-0 on him. And the 1-0 is ripped foul down the right field line. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Lefebvre is ready, and here comes the 1-1. In there for a called strike 2.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
Trissons has yet to strike out a man. As the 1-2 pitch is grounded, will that sneak out of the infield? Yes, it will. Trickles all the way to De Wolf in right. That would have been a tough throw from Benjamin Dille if he managed to get a glove on it. So Lefebvre 2 for 2 with a double and now a single. Take another look at that ground ball. Just a little bit too far for Benjamin Dille. Just a hair too far for him. And France has had at least 1 base runner in every inning, as Andy Paz steps up to the plate and takes ball 1. Belgium in their double play set in the infield. They want to turn another double play. Did that to end the second inning. But Trissons having a little trouble finding the zone in this at-bat. Already behind 2 balls and no strikes. Runner at first stays there. But that 2-0 pitch finds the zone. And count now 2 balls and 1 strike. France with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the third inning. Check over at first, and Lefebvre is safe. Got back standing. As Trissons gets the pitch that he likes. The runner was going, and the hit and run will have to wait as the ball was taken foul down the left field line. Andy Paz trying to make amends after popping out to the third baseman in the first inning. Lefebvre was running on that last one. Let's see if he does it again. He does not. as that's lifted in the air to left. The left fielder underneath of that. Very easily done for out number 2. Benjamin Gouffot taking care of business as we take another look. Just a little too far underneath of that. Had the power, but not the angle. As Andy Paz takes his seat for the second time, 0 for 2 in the game. Then Bastien Dagnot comes up for France, but we check over at Lefebvre at first, who is back safe. Why not get a little bit more dirt on that jersey? 2 outs runner at first for Dagnot, who rips this one to left, and the left fielder can't get it. Gouffot could not handle it, and Lefebvre running home, and he is tagged out. Bit of aggressive base running from Lefebvre, as Dagnot was safe at first and he was on his way to second, but Lefebvre was called out at the plate. As we take another look at that one, Gouffot reached up, tried to catch it, but a favorable bounce off the wall back into his glove. Gouffot with the arm to bring it back into the infield, and the throw home well in time as Posemons put the tag on Lefebvre. And that will do it for France. They came within a few inches of doubling their lead 2-0, but instead it is still 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. To the bottom of the third inning we go. France nearly getting a run in the top of the third, but the great defense from left Gouffot to the shortstop De Quint to the catcher Posemons put the tag on Lefebvre, who was coming around on the Dagnot double. And the score is still France 1, Belgium nothing as we go to the bottom of the third. 8-9-1 batters due up for Belgium. As for Heleveren, the first baseman fouls off the 1-0 and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Heleveren takes ball 2, count now 2 balls and 1 strike on him. Takes it to left field, the left fielder getting underneath of that. Not a problem for him, as Jacques Buescher took care of Heleveren for out number 1.
Number 15, now batting, third baseman Tim Verhaert.
Now Tim Verhaert, the third baseman for Belgium, comes up. And he takes strike 1 on the lower part of the zone. Tim hitting 200. 1 hit in 5 at-bats. For a single, has not Actually, he has walked twice for an on-base percentage of .500. Two and one the count now on the Belgian third baseman. And here it comes. Gets underneath of that. It's going to fall into shallow center fielder. Second baseman Felix Brown taking care of business. It was his ball the entire way. And the Belgians have sent 2 men up and 2 men gone in the bottom of the third inning. There's Brown again, taking it easy. It's been fairly easy for the French defense. Only 1 man has made it on base for Belgium so far in this game. 0-1 pitch finds the zone as we go back to the top of the order with Benjamin Gouffol. Struck out swinging to get the thing started for Belgium in the bottom of the first. And he does that here. He swings through strike 3, but the catcher throws over to first, and that will do it for the Belgium national team. Sending up 3, all 3 men down. And the score is still France 1, Belgium 0 as we go to inning number 4. To the 4th inning we go. France 1, Belgium 0. Anthem still out there for the Belgians as he gets the first pitch to be called strike 1 as it found the zone. Drissons giving up 6 hits, has not walked anyone, but he has not struck out anyone. He has needed his defense for every single out that he has gotten. 1-1 pitch as that's foul back by Jose Paula. 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up for the French team. Paula singled in the first. Paula waits the 1-2. The curveball is taken to left, actually center field, left center field. And Lanois makes the grab. Very simple, very easy. And Paula is now 1 for 2 in the game. So now that brings up Jacques Buescher, who grounded into a fielder's choice to end the first inning. Boucheron is set and swings at the first pitch, grounded over to short, and De Quint cannot handle it. That's likely going to go down as an error, as he had plenty of time to handle that one. And Boucheron is going to be on at first. Take another look at that. Took a hop just right above the glove, right into his midsection. And France's second batter is on at first. See if he can make it up for it right here, and throw over to second is in time for the fielder's choice. But Duforest is safe at first. So France with a man on first with 2 men gone. Yes, they did charge De Quint with an error there, as Zahn gets underneath of it to right field. That could go, and it does! De Wolf reached over trying to bring that one in, but it was out past his glove, and De Wolf will just have to watch that ball bounce away behind the fence as Maya Zahn goes opposite way, and France now up 3-0. French team coming out to celebrate as we take another look at that. That was high in the zone. Zahn thought it was going to go to left field, and then it went over to right as De Wolf in the shadows out there in right, and that's just going to trickle just beyond the fence. That's just got to be a nuisance. Just looking at that ball, that was responsible for 2 French runs. Now France up 3-0 as we see Daniel Patrice ground over to short, throw over to first in time by a step. So that will do it for France. They put 2 more runs on the board thanks to Maël Zahn's 2-run smacker to the opposite field. France up 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Bottom of the 4th inning now. France 3, Belgium 0. Belgium sending their 2, 3, and 4 hitters in this bottom of the 4th. Belgium only 1 hit in the game. Meanwhile, France has had 7. Dila, the batter, popped out to second on 3 pitches in the first. Count now 2-1 on him as the 1-1 pitch missed the zone. Gilo awaits the 2-1 and he gets underneath that, but foul.
Achtung, Achtung.
Looks like that might go into field number 2. Next game already, the players are warming up for that one. Count now 2-2. On the outside part of the zone, but in the zone nonetheless, and Dila cannot believe it. Another strikeout victim, that's number 6 for Marc-Andre Abeck as we take another look. Right-hander, that fastball, just a piece of that zone. And Dila frustrated. Belgium has been frustrated today. Only one base runner that came off a De Lanois single in the second. Every other man has gone down either swinging, looking, or ground out or popped out. 0-1 pitch. Grounded the wrong way, and the count now no balls and 2 strikes on number 26. Abeck is ready to deal the 0-2, and that goes upstairs. Whizzes past the nose of De Wolf, who struck out looking, on 3 pitches to end the first. One, 2. No can do for the strikeout. Count now 2-2. On De Wolf. Right fielder swings through the 2-2, and he knew it. He absolutely knew it. 7th strikeout by Abeck.
2 men down for Belgium.
De Wolf, he looks cool in those sunglasses, I had to say, but that swing and a miss. Not exactly the definition of cool. Very, very bright sun beating down on the batter's eyes. They might say that the sun is having some trouble, causing them some trouble with the bats, but friends would say no. We're having a lot of fun. They have 7 hits in the game. 1-1 pitch taken inside by De Quint. Abeck thought that was a strike, but no, sir. It is ball 2. As De Quint taking some extra time, thinking about what he wants to do, where he wants to put this next ball. 2-1 on the way. Doesn't find the zone. Count now 3-1. Three-one pitch on the way, low. Yes, it is called ball 4, and that is the first walk surrendered by Abeck. That is just the 2nd base runner for Belgium. The other base runner, Steven de Lanois, coming up to the plate. Like I said, singled in the 2nd. De Lanois swinging at the first pitch, fouled back into the protective screen. Count 0-1 on him. Check over on De Quint over at first. Looking very conservative. Now taking a couple steps off the plate. Off the bag. Looks like some members of the Italian team sitting behind home plate as the 0-1 pitch knocked to second, and the throw over to first is in time. Brown taking things very casually, very easily, and he can do that. as that is the final out of the 4th inning. France still doing their job, taking care of business, up by 3 as we go to inning number 5.
Abgelenkt und genervt von trockenen, juckenden Augen, nicht mit Purpursaat, den innovativen Kapseln zur oralen Einnahme. Sei voll da, wenn's drauf ankommt. Erhältlich in Apotheken und unter shop.sanoctua.com.
Inning number 5 now between Belgium and France, as Felix Brown is safe at first. The second baseman, Dila, having a little bit of trouble with the throw. Verheileveren could not dig it out in time.
On first base.
And Felix Brown is safe at first to get things started for France in the 5th inning. They are already up 3 runs to 0.
Shortstop Maxime Lefebvre.
So now Maxime Lefebvre comes up to the plate with a man on first, the leadoff man, and the first pitch is called strike 1. Still awaiting the official verdict on how Brown made it to first base. 0-1 pitch is actually a hit by pitch. Lefebvre took the pitch just off of his arm, and Brown will go over to second on that. Members of the French team saying, go, go, go! But Brown knew better. He's like, no, let's just conserve my energy. I don't need to run for this one. As that ball went all the way back to the backstop, and now we have a conversation at the mound. Sans already through 4 innings of work, has given up 7 hits, 3 runs. That was the first hit by pitch. Now the umpire coming over saying, guys, let's keep this game going. Still no official word on whether that was an error or whether that will be counted as an infield hit for Felix Brown. But as it stands, France has runners on first and second. And now Andy Paz, the catcher, is up to the plate. Paz 0 for 2. Popped out to third and flew out to left. So look out if you're on the left-hand side of the field. And there it goes again, this time to center, all the way to the warning track. And Lanois gets underneath of it, but Brown moves over to third base. But the French only have one man out and a runner just one base away from a fourth run. As we take another look, it was right down the middle of the plate. Lanois had to run over a few seconds, but got underneath of that standing still and took care of it for the first out. And now I can tell you that Felix Brown is credited with a single. He did not reach on an error as the runner goes over to second, but that is fouled over to the first base side, and Dagnol is out on one pitch. So now the sac fly that would have sent Felix Brown home will not work anymore, as the French are down to their final out here in the top of the fifth inning. Just a few minutes after noon as Paula smashes that one down the left field line, and that is a base hit. That's going to be at least 2 bags for him. And Brown comes home to score, as does Lefebvre all the way from first. And the French get 2 more runs on the Paula 2-bagger. France up 5-0. And now the coach coming out to talk with Drissons, and that may very well be it. I can't see the Belgian bullpen from here. And he's reaching for the ball, and he says, yep, your time is done. So Drissons went 4 2/3 innings, but he gave up 5 runs. Belgium down by 5. Still in the top of the fifth. So that does it for Anthem Drissons. Through 4 2/3 innings, he gave up 9 hits and 5 runs. Did not walk anybody, but did not strike out anyone, as the Belgians sent up a new pitcher, and Jacques Buescher fouls off the first pitch from the new pitcher. Runner on second for France, 2 men down, and Boucheron awaits the 0-1 pitch. Lifted back behind him. Foul ball. Count now. No balls and 2 strikes. Man on second does not run as that ball went into the dirt.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
Count now 1 and 2 on the French left fielder who grounded into a fielder's choice and reached on an error. France 5, Belgium nothing here in the top of the 5th inning. 1-2 pitch is smoked through the infield, and that's going to send Jose Paulo around. He slipped actually as he ran around third. He slides home, no throw to the plate, as De Quint had some trouble handling the throw back in. And Paula with the heads up running. Even with that slip, he managed to make it home safe. And the French have doubled their lead here in the 5th inning, scoring 3 to make it a 6-0 lead. So Jacques Buescher reaches base again, this time padding his batting average with that single. So now Jonathan Duforest comes up to the plate, but Buescher stole second on that awkward pitch. So now a runner at second, and still 2 outs for the French team here in the top of the 5th inning in the early afternoon here in Bonn, Germany. France riding the momentum in their 4th game. Oh, 1 pitch misses low. Count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ben van Neufel, the Belgian pitcher, throws the 1-1, and that's chopped over to short. Throw over to first, and that got Duforest by a step. But the damage is done. France doubling their lead from 3-0 to 6-0. France well in control as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Belgium will try to France 6, Belgium nothing as the bottom of the 5th inning gets underway. Sam Boermans, the DH, struck out looking back in the 2nd inning, and that's all that we've seen of him, as Habeck has been just mowing them down, throwing the heat well past the Belgian batsman. Abeck has struck out 7 and has allowed only 1 hit through 4 innings. 1-1 pitch. Sky high ball into the trees behind the VIP area along the first base line. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on the DH.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
1-2 pitch is fouled the opposite way. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes in this righty-righty matchup. Belgium have only put 2 men on base in this morning game, now early afternoon. 1:15 here in Bonn, Germany. 2-2 pitch. Fouled back. Boermans stays alive in the at-bat. Belgium looking for some luck from number 13. Usually an unlucky number. 2-2 pitch. Taken deep to right field. Right fielder still going back, and that clears the right field wall. And hey, look at that. Just what I said. Number 13 is usually unlucky, but lucky here, taking it the opposite way with a leadoff home run. And the Belgians are on the board finally here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Thanks to Sam Boermans' muscle and power. Let's take another look at that home run. Right down the middle of that fastball. And finally someone figured out how to hit it, and hit it well and deep. And Dagnol thought about it and then realized there was just no chance that he was going to get it. So Belgium cutting into this lead a little bit. Boermans with the solo home run as Boermans pops out to shallow right field on the first pitch that he sees. Boermans thinking that he was going to get a little bit of that power. Hopefully it would rub off on him. He was standing in that same spot, that right-handed batter spot. But Dagnol said, I got this one. So the Belgians now with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Still down by 5. But that Boermans home run was just the 2nd hit that the Belgians were able to get on Abeck. Count even 1-1 on Verheelenwegen. I'm getting that name down a little bit better now. As Verheelenwegen lets the ball bounce into the dirt for ball number 2. Two-one pitch. Misses low and inside, a little bit below the knees. Count now 3-1 on the Belgian first baseman, who flew out to left in the first at-bat of the 3rd inning. Grounded to the right side, and Brown can't come up with it. And Verheelenwegen is on at first. Belgium showing a little bit of life, a little bit of fight here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Belgium winning 2 out of 3. As we look at that one, trickling past Brown. Brown thought he had a chance for it. Had to go for it anyways. As a quick check on the mound, that's the first time that Paz had to come out and check on Abeck. But Abeck having a little bit of trouble allowing 5 bases in these last 3 men up to the plate. And Verhattert letting the first pitch fly by for strike 1. Abeck relying on that speed on that fastball. Now the changeup high outside. For ball 1, count even at 1-1. France infield looking for the double play, which would end the 5th inning. Second playing close to second. Shortstop playing slightly deeper than his usual setup. France still holding on to a 5-run lead. Belgium trying to dig in a little bit more. 2-1 pitch, runner stays and misses the zone. Count now 3 balls and 1 strike. Nobody warming up in the French bullpen. That I can see very clearly. Not much movement out there either. They trust Abeck. He hasn't gotten himself into too much of a jam. Can still get out of it with a well-placed ground ball. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Actually maybe fouled off. But back to the catcher, Andy Paz. Home plate umpire just cleaning off the plate there. Have a Dutch home plate umpire. Czech first base umpire. German third base umpire, as that's grounded over to short. This could be 2-6 to 4 to 3. The DP ends the 5th inning. And France just allowing that 1 run off the home run from Saint-Bermans. But the French get their act together. Abeck back in control, as that is the first time that the Belgians have grounded into a double play today. And we will go to the 6th inning. France still with a very sizable lead, 6-1. To the 6th inning we go. France 6, Belgium 1. France hitting very, very well today. With already 9 hits through 5 innings of play. Actually make it 10, excuse me. 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for France here in the top of the 6th inning. Zahn, Patrice, and Brown coming up for the men in blue. Zahn thought about swinging through the 0-1, but saw it was going to go high, so the count now is 1 ball and 1 strike on the French first baseman. Van Noffel's 1-1 is lifted out of the infield and into shallow center for a base hit. Leadoff single for Zahn, who had that home run back in the 4th inning for France, so he is now 2 for 3 in the game. So now the man on the other corner, Daniel Patrice, the third baseman, who is 0 for 2, grounded into a double play and grounded out to short, takes a called strike 1 from the Dutch umpire, as Zahn takes a couple steps off at first. Van Noffel not offering a check on him, and gets Patrice to foul off the 0-1 to make it 0-2. Belgian team cheering on their pitcher, and Ben cannot get a strikeout. That they still have not struck out a single French batter. Count now 1-2. As Patrice does not swing at the outside pitch, the attempt to get Zahn goes past the shortstop, but Dila was right behind him to keep that ball from going out to center. Let's take another look. That ball was low and outside. The throw over to De Quint, and De Quint could not handle it. Even if he could, Zahn would have easily made it to second. So no double play chance right there, as Patrice gets underneath of it to center, and Lanois takes care of business for the first out. It was a little high in the zone, and Patrice makes it a very easy fly ball for Lanois to get underneath of that. So now we go back to the top of the order. Felix Brown, who has already come up 3 times today, 1 for 3 with a single, but came around to score back in the 5th. Count 0-1 on him. Van Noffel thinking about that pitch, and time is called. Brown is set in his position. Zahn at second. Zahn has to go back. As Pismals was able to take care of that. 1 ball, 1 strike on Brown, and Brown takes it the opposite way, but runs out of room. Gouffol was there, but Brown could not keep it in fair play. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on the French second baseman. Opposing teams have not really needed to dread the dreads. Brown coming into today hitting 0-8-3. Very weird for a leadoff man, as Brown shakes his head at that inside pitch saying, no, that wasn't strike 3, but yes, it was. To the umpire, let's see. That was a little bit tight, but Van Noffel will take the call And that's the first time that a Belgian pitcher has struck out a French batter. Took all the way to the 6th inning to get that. But the French down to their final out in the top of the 6th inning as the curveball to Lefebvre misses the zone. And you have to be very careful with Lefebvre. He has reached every time that he has been up to the plate, doubled, singled, and was hit by a pitch. So now Lefebvre watches ball 2 whiz by him. 2 pitches, 2 balls to the French shortstop. Lefebvre set in his stance. Judging from my perspective, a little bit further up in the box than other batters that we've seen today. Count now 3-0 after that 2-0 pitch missed the zone. Runner at second, France 6, Belgium 1 in the top of the 6th inning. Still 2 outs. As Lefebvre, the 3-1 pitch misses low and away. And runners at first and second for Andy Paz.
Number 35, Andy Paz.
Would be a great time for him to get a hit today. 0 for 3 so far. Popped out and flew out twice to the outfield. Once to left, once to center. Paz takes the first pitch up the middle for a base hit. And now Zahn coming around, and will he score? Yes, he will. He will score standing. So an RBI single for Andy Paz, and the French lead is back up to 6, as it is now France 7, Belgium 1. Runners still at first and second after that RBI single. Lefebvre at second, Paz at first. So now that will bring up Bastien Dagnol, the right fielder. Single grounded into a fielder's choice and popped out foul to the first base side. In his previous 3 trips to the plate. Wearing number 25. Makes me think of Rafael Palmeiro, if you can remember him from the 90s and the previous decade. Lefebvre at second, Paz at first, Dagnol at the dish. Van Nuffel trying to get out of this jam that he's created for himself. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. Dagnol was swinging for the fences, but you have to hit something before you can think about bringing any runs home. Count now 1-2 on the French right fielder, who has been called on a couple times. Next pitch, and Dagnol was hit by the pitch, so now the bases are loaded for the French. Van Nuffel not making things easy on himself. See, right-hander all by himself out there on the mound. The loneliest place in the world, the pitcher's mound. So now Jose Paula, who has come up to bat in the previous 2 innings, has come up again. 1-0 pitch to him. And Van Nuffel catches the outside part of the zone for strike 1. 1-1 the count. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. France looking for some more runs. Van Nuffel finding the outside zone again. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Paula not offering anything on those last 2 pitches. 1-2 pitch and swing and a miss. Struck him out. Paula and all 3 of the French base runners have to take their seat. But the French get another run on the board thanks to 2 hits and an RBI single from Andy Paz, but they leave 3 on base. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, it is France 7, Belgium 1. To the bottom of the 6th inning we go. Belgium cut into the lead in the previous inning with the home run coming off the bat of Burmans. But then they gave up a run to the French in the top of the 6th. We go back to the top of the order for the Belgians as we get this bottom of the 6th underway. Benjamin Goffo fouling off the first pitch of the bottom of the inning. The next offering from Abeck, who is still out there through 5 innings of great work. Only thrown 73 pitches coming into the inning. Count 0-2 on Benjamin. And the 0-2 hits the dirt. Count 1-2 on the Belgian left fielder, who has struck out swinging both times he has come up to the plate. One-two pitch. And just chips it back into the catcher's mask. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike him out, but Paz has to get down to his knees to pick up the ball, and throw over to first is in there with plenty of time. So that will be the 3rd swinging strikeout from Goffo, as Paz was able to block that ball, and a quick throw over to first was in time. Plenty of time on that. So another Benjamin Dille looks at strike 1. Also 0 for 2, but only 1 strikeout, and he struck out looking. 1-1 the count on the second baseman, a little bit inside this time, and Abeck is frustrated by that. That was not where he wanted it. That was not where Paz wanted it. And that missed the zone completely. 1-1 pitch is away. Count 2-1, and Abeck talking to himself after that. Visibly frustrated with himself. This count now all the way up to 3-1, 3 straight balls from the big man on the mound. And Dila not going to get the ball 4 call there. He's going to have to wait at least one more pitch. This count goes full 3-2. Foul back behind Paz. So we're going to have to do it all over again. Still a 3-2 count on the Belgian second baseman, number 11. Abeck gets back on the rubber. 3-2 pitch. That's fouled out of play. Still a 3-2 count on Dila, who is staying alive, making Abeck work. Another 3-2, and that is a whisker out of the zone for ball 4. Dila proving that patience eventually pays off. Watched strike 1 fly by and then got 3 straight balls. Then got a strike down the middle, but then just kept on fouling them off one after another and finally made it on base. Took 8 pitches to get that base on balls as De Wolf grounds it through the hole into right, and that is a base hit. First time that De Wolf got on base, and that is the first single for him. Abeck checking back on his infield, giving them instructions. Plays at first, second, and third with runners at first and second. France still nursing a 7-1 lead, but Belgium trying to claw their way back in, and De Quint watches ball 1 low and away. Dila at second, De Wolf at first. Both runners stay as De Quint swings through the 1-0 pitch to make it 1-1. The Belgian team making noise from their dugout. As the 1-1 misses low. Count 2-1 on De Quint. Reached his last time at the plate on a 5-pitch walk. He struck out swinging in the second inning. And that's smacked to short, throw over to second, gets one, throw over to first is not in time. Zahn did the splits to try to turn the double play, but instead it is just a fielder's choice. So De Quint is at first, and Dila is at third. So runners at the corners for the Belgians. Belgium still down by 6, and we got a timeout as the Belgian shortstop De Quint looks like he's having a little bit of trouble with something on his shoe. That's the best I can see from over here. On the third base side, DeQuint over there at the first base side, he's getting some help. He didn't run into the first baseman, might have. Hopefully he didn't pull anything or didn't injure anything. Those non-contact injuries can be the absolute worst, especially if it's a knee. So DeQuint taking an extra jog, and Abeck getting a few practice throws in with his catcher. As we see DeQuint out there, it looks like he might be having some issues. Trainer out there, coaches out there, seeing if DeQuint can continue. We'll see who they might put in if necessary. But DeQuint taking his time to get back to first base. May need a pinch runner, but it looks like he will actually need a pinch runner. He's taking his gloves off. It looks like that will be it for him. So we'll see who they send out in place of DeQuint. Not just on the bags, but who will be the new Belgian shortstop. And they are going to send out number 5. That's what the Belgians are going to do. Once I get the name, I will get that for you as well. But either way, runners on the corners for the Belgians. It's now Steven de Lanois, center fielder, coming in hitting .444 up to the dish. Hitting 1 for 2 in the game today with a single. 1-0 pitch to him, swing and a miss. The left fielder could not catch up to the right-hander's heat. Lionel Reyna is the pinch runner for DeQuint. And now 2-1 as Abeck misses the zone again. Runners at first and third for Belgium, down by 6 in the bottom of the 6th inning. They need those runs. They're not going to get it if de Lanois misses again. Swung through that 2-1 pitch to make it 2-2. The triple twos, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on, actually make it quadruple twos. 2-2 pitch, and that's taken the opposite way. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes on the center fielder. A few more fans coming in to watch this one. And that's grounded, and Brown with the nice grab. Throw over to first is in time. That saves a run. And Belgium, they were creeping a little bit. They tried to get some more runs across the plate. They had a runner at third, but they could not bring him home. And they leave 2 men on base. No runs across the plate. France still up 7-1 as we go to inning number 7. To the 7th inning we go now. France 7, Belgium 1. Ben van Nuffel taking to the mound. Looking at France's 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up. Jacques Buescher, the first man up for France. 1 ball and 1 strike on him right now. The curveball grounded over to third, throw over to first in plenty of time. Van Nuffel looking calm and collected out there, as is his defense right now. They are responsible for 2 errors though. But that one, that ground ball over to Verrattert, easily taken care of. That was easier than me pronouncing his name. As Jonathan Forest takes the 0-1 very high in the air, but foul, now drifting back into fair territory. But Posemons taking care of business before that would sneak back into fair territory, and grabs the very high pop-up for out number 2. 2 outs on 5 pitches for Van Nuffel. Looking very good. So now Miles on, the first baseman, righty-righty matchup, takes strike 1 at the knees. Oh-1 pitch grounded over to second, throw over to first, and Van Nuffel gets out of the inning with no damage done, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Belgium trying to cut back into the lead when we come back. Mark Arbeck, through 6 innings of work, has only given up 4 hits and 1 run, as he finds strike 1 on Sam Boermans. DH, who took him deep the opposite way. That was the only run that the Belgians have put on the board. Boermans thinking about another home run, as that foul ball went pretty far left side. Count now, no balls and 2 strikes on the DH. 0-2 is low into the dirt. So Arbeck will have to try again for another strikeout. Already struck out 8. As Bormans grounds the 1-2 pitch foul. Not going to let Abek have his 9th strikeout so easy. 1-2 pitch, and there he goes. Swing and a miss. Mr. Bormans, you must take your seat. That is the 9th strikeout by Abek, and that is the 2nd time that Bormans has struck out today. Another look at that. Bormans nearly going down to one knee on that swing. Huzmals looks at ball 1 as a few more team members from other teams, I should say, gather behind home plate. Watching this game as the other game in the other field looks to get underway fairly soon. Count 1-1 now on the Belgian catcher. Now 2-1 actually, as that is taken to very, very shallow center field. And the shortstop actually got underneath of that, Lefebvre. Gets underneath of that for out number 2. Had to keep backing up the entire way, but Lefebvre takes care of that, no problem. His team puts their complete trust in him. And the first pitch that Verheelenwegen sees is taken deep to left, but does not stay fair. 0-1 the count on him. Verheelenwegen flew out to left back in the 3rd inning and singled in the 5th, but was a part of the 6-4-3 DP that ended that 5th inning. Abek has retired 4 in a row, going back to the 6th inning after that Thomas de Wolf single. One is lined into right, and Dagno puts the squeeze on that. And nothing doing for either side in the 7th inning. France still up 7-1. are in the 8th inning here at Field 1 in Bonn for this 2019 European Championship for men's baseball. France 7, Belgium 1. As Patrice showed bunts but then pulled back, but it was still called a strike. Patrice has yet to get a hit in this tournament, and he is 0 for 3 today. And takes ball 1 on the outside. Count even at 1-1. As Group A play getting underway on the other field. As Patrice, that could fall for a base hit, and it does. That is his first hit of the tournament, and that is good for a single. It fell right in front of Thomas de Wolf as he gets the elbow pads off. Patrice should be happy about that. Take another look. The lazy curveball going inside. Patrice saw it the entire way and takes it the opposite way for his first base hit of the tournament. Now the Belgian infield looking for the bunt. That is ripped down the right field line. Felix Brown takes it all the way to the corner. Patrice is being waved home, and he will get in. No throw as the ball goes all the way to the third baseman. Felix Brown bringing home another run for the French. Let's see how they score that. That should be at least a double, and then he'll make it to third on the offline throw. It wasn't a wild throw, but it was not the strongest of throws. Either way, France with another run on the board, and they are up 8-1. Brown just crushing that fastball right past the first baseman for Helevegen. And it went all the way to the corner right in front of that French bullpen. And Patrice waved around, and he could have scored walking. It's now France 8, Belgium 1, as Lefebvre takes it deep to center, and that's going to be a ground rule double. Brown giving his support, giving him a round of applause, as Lefebvre will go to second walking, and with an RBI. That's his first RBI of the day, and now France up 9-1 as another curveball, and that was taken very deep all the way to the warning track. Lanois could not get back there in time as it bounced off the warning track and over the fence in center, and France have already put up 2 runs on the board, not even 1 out, and Van Nuffel knows his time has come, as he will take his seat, and Belgium sends out a new pitcher. And we will give you that next pitcher when we come back.
Number 10, now pitching for Belgium, Robin Robins. Zwei Lines bisher in diesem Inning. An 8-run lead for France in the 8th inning. And defense.
So the new pitcher for the Belgian national team is Robin Levens. France with a runner on second, nobody out. France looking to add to their lead, and if they can get 2 more runs, they might be able to win without needing the 9th inning thanks to the slaughter rule. 0-1 pitch on the way to Andy Paz is inside for ball 1. Rovens has appeared in 1 game so far this tournament with an ERA of 9. Through 1 inning of play, he's given up 1 run. He's also responsible for 2 hits and 1 base on balls and 1 triple through 6 at-bats. 2-2 the count now on Andy Paz. That's taken to the left side, but foul. Hits the fence before it could stay in the field. Looks like we have another man getting ready in the bullpen for Belgium. That was both of our best views of the bullpen for Belgium. As Paz takes another pitch outside, and the count is now full on number 35. Runner at second, full count, nobody out for France in the top of the 8th as Paz grounds it foul. Verhatert, the third baseman over there, not offering anything at that after he knew it was going foul. Here comes Levens, 3-2. And that's taken to center, very deep, still going back, up and off the scoreboard in center. A 2-run blast for Andy Paz. And Verhatert can just hold his head in shame as Paz comes home. Lefebvre gets the high five, but Paz gets the fist bump, the elbow bump, and everything in between, and France is pouring it on. Let's take another look at that. That was a hanging curveball, and Paz just got underneath of it very, very deep to center, and Lanois can just watch as some damage is done on the scoreboard in more ways than one. And the first pitch to Dagneau is taken to left, still going, up at the wall, and another home run. Back-to-back home runs on back-to-back pitches to the French national team, and Dagneau saying, hey, I'll have what he's having, as Dagneau comes home, touches the plate, and France is up 12-1. And Dagneau getting a little bit of extra fun, jumping up and getting some more high fives. Everyone wants a piece of that. France getting 3 runs on 2 swings. And back to the dish is Jose Paula. And it just does not get any easier for these Belgian pitchers. Paula 2 for 4 in the game, with a single and a 2 RBI double. It swings through the 1-1, now it's 1-2. France looking to end this game early. Makes me wonder how much that 16-2 loss to Italy on Saturday, how much they feel that. As Paula swings through the 2-2 for strike 3 and out number 1. I mean, that had to be very tough on them. And that game lasted so long, especially with that 96-minute rain delay. Game lasting 4 hours and 59 minutes on Saturday. Only getting 2 runs in that one, but France's bats are very, very hot as things are warming up here in Bonn as the early afternoon sun starting to cook things up. France getting 15 hits through 7 1/3 innings of play. Nobody on base for Jacques Buescher, who takes the 1-1 to the opposite way, and that falls just behind the second baseman. And Buescher is on with a single, his second hit of the day. Third time he's reached base. So that brings up Jonathan Duforest, the DH and the 8th batter for France in this 8th inning. Duforest, number 17, reaching base twice. Single to get the second inning underway. First pitch is a called strike. 0-1, now make it 0-2 as Duforest takes his time. I can smell that the grill is cooking up some good hot dogs. I may want to run over there right after this game is over. Yes, they do have hot dogs here in Germany. It's not just American. It's not just a thing in the U.S. 1-2 pitch outside. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes on the DH. Runner at first, France 12, Belgium just 1 run in the top of the 8th inning. 2-2 pitch goes low into the dirt. Count now 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And another one went like 20 meters. Oh yeah.
Belgium looking for the double play to end the damage, but they'll take that swinging strikeout from Duforest. So now Belgium don't have to worry about trying to get the double play. They can get the out at first or second, or perhaps Rovens could get one more strikeout, and now the French have batted around with Mailzon's appearance at the plate. And Zahn swings through the first one, actually jumped after that strike. As things are underway on field 2, Great Britain versus Israel. Going on. I can actually peek into that game with my eyes, but I cannot see what the score is or what really happened. I can't see home plate from here. 0-1 pitch popped over to the right side and out of play, hitting the VIP tent. Count is now no balls and 2 strikes on the French first baseman. He did hit a home run, which did bring 2 runs home back in the 4th inning. France already with 2 home runs this inning. 0-2 pitch grounded to short. Not going to throw to second, throw to first. Just in time. DeQuint taking his time on that throw, and Zahn was on his horse. He thought he beat the throw, but the first base umpire says, no, you did not. So France can't continue to put on the runs, but they did put 3 on the board in the top of the 8th. Belgium has to score a run or this game is over. So Marc-Andre Abeg's day is done. Through 7 innings of work, he only gave up 4 hits and 1 earned run, but he struck out 9. So if things hold the way they are, Abeg will be credited with the win. And as I mentioned, going into the break, Belgium has to score at least a run. In fact, make it 2, as Belgium is down 12-1 in the bottom of the 8th inning. So now Antoine Raoult is on the mound, the left-handed dealer, going up against the 9, 1, and 2 hitters for Belgium. Tim Verratert takes ball 2 inside. Ball 1 was outside, ball 2 was inside. Ball was out there during that game against Italy, a very long one, and missing the zone again. 3 straight pitches, 3 straight balls, and Andy Paz comes out to have a chat with him. Just telling him, take it easy. We got time. We got plenty of time, got plenty of runs. Just get the 3 outs, and we can get out of here. 3-0 pitch. And Verratert takes strike 1. Let the 3-0 fly by. Verratert has not swung in this at-bat. 3-1 pitch is low, and he takes his green light first. 5-pitch walk to start things off for Belgium in the bottom of the 8th inning. So now France is going to look for the double play. Brown and Lefebvre set up, ready for that. Patrice playing a little bit tighter, a little bit closer to home plate, potentially looking for the sacrifice bunt. But Gouffaut is not showing bunts, instead he is swinging. And he is behind 0-2 after fouling off the 0-1. Runner at first, bottom of the 8th inning, no outs. France lead 12-1. Belgium needs to score if they want to stay alive in the game. Gouffaut knows that and swings through the 0-2, but he fouls it off. Just gets a piece of that. Count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. Belgian dugout showing their support, knowing they need to score. 0-2 pitch. Outside, high and away. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch incoming, and Gouffaut fouls that one near his own dugout. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Plenty of more Group B action coming up later today. Croatia versus Austria at 1 p.m. and Spain versus Italy at 3 p.m. Those times all Central European Standard Times.
1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2.
If you are on the east coast of the U.S., that means it is 6 hours behind us here in Germany. And if you are in Japan, that is 7 hours ahead of us. 1-2 pitch, and that just smoked Gouffaut, and he goes down swinging for the 4th time today. That's all he's done today, is struck out swinging. Really tough day for him. Really tough day for these Belgian batters, as Raoult just smoked him on the quick heat right down the middle. France 2 outs away from a potential slaughter rule win, as Raoult's pitch slipped out. He slipped coming down on the mound, and it just slipped out of his hands, just everything slipping and sliding away from him in that pitch. Didn't even hit the dirt, hit the grass. But that's just one pitch. Nobody moved. 1-0 pitch, and that finds the zone. Looks back to his regular self now. 1 ball and 1 strike. Verratert there at first, thinking about going, but he does not. Going back to first. As Dila took ball 2. 2-1 the count. Check over at first. Rolls 2-1 pitch is skied high, and it's going to go into the stands. Going to hit the floodlight, actually. Not the lights themselves, but the support for the lights. So the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A double play here would end the game thanks to the slaughter rule. France up by 11 runs. 2-2 pitch incoming, and that is a little too high for the Dutch umpire's liking. Full count now on the second baseman. Reached base only 1 time. 3-2 pitch. Fouled away, and he will have to stay at home plate. Great to have you here on this Tuesday afternoon here in Bonn, Germany. France looking to close this one out and go even at 2 wins and 2 losses in the tournament. 3-2 pitch on the way inside. Nearly hit Dila. That would have been the most painful way to get on base. But it's ball 4, and France have runners now. Excuse me, Belgium has runners on first and second. One more look at that inside pitch. Dila had to turn away from that inside heat and takes his free base. We got a discussion on the mound. Raul and one of the coaches out there. Coach is just checking on him. Going to keep him on a tight leash. Yes, they are up by 11, but you don't want to give any team an inch in this tournament. So now Thomas de Wolf steps into the box. Lefty versus lefty now. De Wolf struck out twice, once looking, once swinging, and singled in the 6th. De Wolf taking ball 1. Dila at first. Verratert at second. Both Dila and Verratert taking their bases on walks. And De Wolf looking to imitate that with a 2-0 count. Now make it 3-0 as the 2-0 pitch was just above his feet. So De Wolf likely will not swing at this pitch no matter how juicy it might look. 3-0 pitch. That was not a juicy one, as that was upstairs, and the Belgians have the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th inning. Not going down without a fight, and I think that's going to be it for Raul. 4-pitch walk, and yep, the coach saying, give me the ball, and he's got it, and France will have a new pitcher, and we will have that for you in just a couple of minutes, as the pitcher will do his warm-up pitches.
Hier in der 5. Hälfte des 8. Innings. Es lodet ein aus unter der Mann für Frankreich. Und die Nummer 19. Robin Lara.
So after Antoine Raoult gave up 3 walks to load the bases for Belgium here in the bottom of the 8th inning, his day is done. Just got 1 out. So now Robin Clara is on the bump to try to end it here in the bottom of the 8th inning, but the bases once again are loaded with 1 out. Play at every base for Denis de Quint. The first pitch is blocked by Andy Paz. Kept it right under his feet so nobody can move on the bases. Belgium sensing something. They'll take runs any way they can get it. Doesn't matter if they bring in a run on a walk or a towering grand slam. Any run is a run, is a run. Count now 2-0 on Denis de Quint. De Quint was not going to swing at that one, as Clara finds the outside part of the zone for his first strike. Now 2-1. That's grounded. Going to stay in the infield. Throw over to second in time. And that's the only play they are going to get. So De Quint grounds into a fielder's choice, but brings home a run. Brings home Vergeetert. So it is now runners on the corners for the Belgian national team. As Thomas de Wolf was out on that ground out. Taking another look as Vergeetert crosses the plate. Belgium now down by 10. Still need to get 1 more run if they want to avoid the slaughter rule. Well, the run that would continue the game is just 1 base away. Count now 2 balls and no strikes on Steven de Lanois. 1 for 3 in the game. Batting .400 in the tournament. Pitch finds the zone. Belgians not happy about that call. But de Lanois keeps his true feelings covered. Well hidden. Count now 2-1 on the center fielder, who takes ball 3 high. Clara not happy.
3 balls and 1 strike.
3 balls and 1 strike on Lanois. And he gets a piece of it, but splintered foul. Full count now on Lanois.
Yes, full count. 2 down.
DeQuint may want to run on this.
Come on, Berke, come on, Mutje, come on, jongen!
Full count. And misses low. Clara not happy about the placement of that pitch. And the bases are full once again for Belgium. Still need to get another run if they want to keep this game going. But that is the 4th surrendered walk by a French pitcher in the bottom of the 8th inning. France 12, Belgium 2, and that brings up Sam Boermans. He hit a home run to get the 5th inning started as he takes ball 1. Smacks the next pitch he sees foul into the other field. Boy, would a grand slam be something here. 1-1 pitch on the way. And he fouls it back behind the screen. Belgium down to their final strike. France 12, Belgium 2. But Belgium with the bases loaded. Boermans has the power. He hit the opposite field home run. 1-2 pitch. Boermans swings through it and misses, and that will do it for Belgium, and that will do it for the game. And the Belgium coach saying, hey guys, let's go out and shake hands. As the French outfielders come in, give each other high fives, say job well done boys, and yes, a job well done. France wins, and they are back even at 2-2. Belgium dropped to 2-2. This game took 2 hours and 34 minutes. Game started right at 11. As the fans in attendance give the claps, give the applause. France came to play today knowing that their tournament could come to an end if they lost today. So they are still alive. And Belgium just didn't have it in them. Their pitchers got rocked all throughout the game, but especially in those 4, 5, and 6 innings, and especially once again in the 8th. So that's going to do it from Field 1 here, at least for the first game, but be sure to stick around for all the other games here. Croatia and Austria getting underway. We're going to see Spain and Italy later today, as well as Czech Republic versus Sweden and Netherlands versus Germany. That's going to be a fantastic game as the teams about to walk off the field, thanking the crowd for their attendance. And one last time, let me say thank you for joining me on this broadcast. My name is Kai Dombach. Once again, one final time, France 12, Belgium 2 in 8 innings, and we will see you later today. Take care.